Science fiction, double feature, Dr. X will build a creature at the double feature picture. In the velvet darkness of the darkest night, burning bright, there's a guiding star. No matter what or who you are.
The darkness must go down the river of night's dreaming. Flow Morpheus slow, let the sun and light come streaming into my life, into my
Burning in the fireplace, there's a light,
in the darkness of everybody's life. How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Transsexual Transylvania. Hit it, hit it! I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left
And then a step to the right.
with your hands on your hip.
You bring your knees in tight, but it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. 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 Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me. I wanna be dirty.
Opportunity bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left with your hands on your hips.
You're bringing these in tight, and it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
I think we're still,
Yeah.
there you go.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Here we are.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we understand Archie steals the show.
It's a bit rude.
He didn't do
you know.
that much.
He's gonna hate us in years to come
I
when
know.
he realizes that we just dress him up as a child in different outfits and film him.
Yeah, but for the time being, that's all right. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome to Musical Through the Decades, the 1970s.
We are so excited.
We are. More specifically, 1970s and 1974.
Yes, exactly. There are way too many musicals to do it all in one night, so we're starting with part one. And I don't think you're going to be disappointed by the shows that we have to sing from.
Yeah, I think they're great.
Starting out real fast, if you would please share this video before we get going, that would be incredible. And we're going to jump right in with an iconic Sondheim musical.
Yes, like obviously we're sort of, if you read the stable, we made a note to sort of say, we've probably sung a lot of the key songs from a lot of these shows that suddenly turn up within the 70s and moving forward. So we're sort of taking the opportunity to sing some that maybe you wouldn't expect to hear us sing at times.
And this one actually,
this one I think is one.
It's also perfect for this show, the show about marriage. And I mean, this basically, these lyrics, they say how wonderful it is, really.
Yes, lovely.
It's the little things you do together, do together, do together, that make perfect relationships. The hobbies you pursue together, savings you accrue together, looks you misconstrue together, that make marriage a joy. What do you gotta say?
It's the little things you share together, swear together, wear together, that make perfect relationships. The concerts you enjoy together, neighbors you annoy together, children you destroy together, that keep marriage intact. It's not so hard to be married.
When to maneuver as one.
Yep. It's not so hard to be married.
And oh my God, is it fun? It's sharing little winks together, drinks together, kinks together, that make marriage a joy.
It's bargains that you shop together, cigarettes you stop together, clothing that you swap together, that make perfect relationships. It's not talk of God and the decade ahead that allows you to get through the worst.
It's I do and you don't.
And nobody said that, and who brought the subject up first?
It's the little things,
the little things, the little ways you try together,
cry together,
lie together, that make perfect relationships.
Becoming a cliche together,
Growing old and gray together,
withering away together,
that make marriage a joy. It's not so hard to be married.
It's much the simplest of crimes.
It's not so hard to be married.
I've done it 3 or 4 times.
What?
It's the people that you hate together,
Bait together,
date together,
that make marriage a joy. It's things like throwing force together,
shouting till you're hoarse together,
getting a divorce together, that make perfect relationships.
Kiss, kiss.
I mean, mean, it's just a lovely little
Well,
song.
and also it has that 70s sound. I feel like Sondheim really came into his own during this decade, and Company was the perfect one to kind of kick that off.
Well, it's like the original cast recording of Company.
Yeah.
It's just iconic because it as you say, it completely encompasses the 70s.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's interesting that this one and then Sondheim's next show, Follies, which we will sing from eventually, they were connected because Company was a project that Hal Prince brought to Sondheim when Sondheim asked Hal Prince to produce Follies. So basically he said, listen, yes, I will produce Follies, but please come and help us out with Company. And then anyway, they all worked together. And also, who else was on that project? Michael Bennett, who later came into a chorus line fame. He was a choreographer in Company, and then he co-directed Follies. So anyway, this is just really cool to see. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bobby. Again.
It's just so cool to see how everybody gets their starts and like how like through the decade people's careers shift and blossom and everything like that.
Yeah,
so,
and that kind of like close family community that Broadway was during this period. Yeah. I don't know whether it's as close as it was back then because there's so many more projects and shows and people doing work these days. But yeah, well we're gonna move on to a show. So we're in 1970, as you know.
1970. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, Linda. Yeah, say hi to everybody. I love this.
We're moving on to a show that didn't really do very well. It was a bit of a flop. But I sang this song at drama school years ago, and I was like, this is a great little tune to sort of do.
Yeah.
So if you don't know it, the musical is called Minnie's Boys, and it's music by Larry Grossman and lyrics by Hal Hackaday. And this song is a beautiful song.
And while Stu sings the song, please in the comments below tell us where you are watching from. This is one of our favorite parts to go back and see people watching from all over the world.
Sarah knows it.
Oh, great. Well,
thanks, Sarah.
There you go.
Yeah, where are you watching from? Tell us. And if you've got any rainbow emojis,
yes.
Get those rainbow emojis out.
Amsterdam. Amazing.
This is great. So this song is called Mama a Rainbow. I apologise for the terrible brass that opens this song up.
Ooh, the Sunshine State. What are you talking about? It's gorgeous.
Mama a rainbow, Mama a sunrise, Mama the moon to wear. That's not good enough, no, not good enough, not for Mama. Mama a palace, diamonds like doorknobs, mountains of gold to spare. That's not rich enough, no, not rich enough, not for Mama. Mama, a lifetime crowded with laughter. That's not long enough, not half long enough. What can I give you that I can give you? What will your present be? Mama, young and beautiful, always young and beautiful. That's the Mama I'll always see. That's for Mama from love for me.
I got a little
It's a nice song,
but I
isn't
also
it?
got a little emotional. Your mama's right there.
Yeah,
Watching
staring
her
at a
baby on a
monitor.
monitor. I was like, oh.
Remember though, she doesn't hear any of the songs. She just
She
hears
only hears
our
our voices.
warbling in the room.
Oi, oi, oi.
So like, interesting, like, so you know, the Groucho Marx, right? Because there's obviously the story. It's Minnie's Boys. It's actually about the Marx Brothers. But Groucho Marx actually gets a playbill credit a credit within the playbill. But he didn't actually have any contribution towards the show at all. The only reason he had that was they paid him off to keep quiet so that no matter what happens, they wouldn't kind of sue or go after them.
And I think I read somewhere that his son was involved with the production or something like that, but I don't know if it was like completely sanctioned by him, if he like gave it the okay or not. It doesn't seem like it because of that.
There we go.
Amazing. Well, also in 1970, there was a show from our good old friend Richard Rogers, who has been writing shows, mind you, since the 30s at this point. So in the 30s, he was working with Lawrence, actually I think the 20s, Lawrence Hart. Then obviously he started working with Oscar Hammerstein. At this point, Oscar Hammerstein had passed away. So he was writing the show with a man named Martin Charnin. And this is a story of Noah. Lots of biblical shows at the beginning of this decade.
But it was still like even in the 60s, because Joseph came out in the 60s.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like, there's a bit of that going on.
The theme. And Danny Kaye, the actor, starred in this, and he used to improvise every single night and try to make like celebrities in the audience laugh. And that actually, him fooling around, prevented him from getting a Tony nomination. Ooh. And Richard Rogers was all about town talking about how he did not like the way that Danny Kaye was treating his material.
But he was improvising one night and tried to impress Dick Cavett, who was in the audience, and then, by doing so ended up tearing one of his ligaments. And
then I think he did the show like with crutches or something like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, this song I had never heard of before researching for this show, and it's from 2x2. And it is...
See, you say 2x2, I can't help but think, 2x2, we're gonna march in the Book of Mormon.
I don't know.
Of
course, yes.
Come on! We'll get to that one in a couple of decades.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very sweet little song. You can totally hear Richard Rogers, though, in it, and you can totally hear that Oscar Hammerstein did not write these lyrics. But yeah, it reminds me of You've Got to Be Carefully Taught. Here we go. Appetite fails, but he's hungry for praise, and the night that he sees clouds the sights that he'll see. Old isn't easy to be. An old man gets cranky at night when barrels won't lift and an apple won't bite, when what used to be sure has a whole other face. Old is an unfriendly place. He walks like he's smoothing out bumps in a rug. For hours he'll stare at a spot. The hug that he gives you is hardly a hug. You remember the hug that it's not anymore. An old man, he's sometimes afraid. He sings to the sun, but he's partial to shade. To himself he's a wit, to the world he's a pest. Old isn't what he does best. An old man, he shivers in bed. It's all of the years that have spun around his head. He's the burdensome thing that a family ignores. He's to put in a room and to lock all the doors, except when an old man is yours. I just think it's so. When I listened to it for the first time, I was like, oh, it's so Richard Rodgers. It's amazing. And in this decade where you still have people like Richard Rodgers and Cy Coleman and like I think Dorothy Fields has a show during this decade. We're not singing from it, but like all these old people, the people who've been around for a long time, ushering in the new. Sorry, yeah. Well, they are old at that point.
Right. But yeah. I was going to say like that sounded very dated.
Yeah. Right.
But how wonderful that new material in that sort of dated sound of the 40s and 50s, even to be fair, for Richard Rodgers.
Yeah.
And like that still had a place on Broadway,
definitely.
and people were still investing money in that, because I'm not sure you would get it so much now, like
not an original one, I don't think,
because I think like Sondheim's got a new show that's coming out, but are they doing that because they just want to put a new Sondheim show out?
I don't care why they're doing it. I'm so
excited. But like, it's going to sound very Sondheim, but it's when you look at the landscape of musical theatre now, and a lot of the jukebox musicals versus more pop contemporary scores, is a brand new Sondheim show. If that were just released because it wasn't Sondheim, it's just the style, would that sit? You know, that's what I kind of find fascinating. There is still going to be an audience who want to hear Sondheim's work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope it's good.
Yeah,
sure
me too.
But I hope it is. Speaking of Sondheim.
Oh, yes, speaking of Sondheim, we're moving right along to the next year, y'all.
Yeah. That's it. 70, done.
1970. Bingo.
Smashed
Bongo. Into 1971.
She does have a beautiful voice. Thanks, Leanne.
We forgot.
Right.
Yes, we do take donations in this show. So if you thought that the voice was lovely, thank you. If you enjoyed that first video, that was very difficult to do for the first time coming back doing videos. We have a tip donation jar. You can either scan this QR code and use your credit card, or you can send us a cheeky pence through Venmo or through PayPal. And the information is scrolling below, and it's in that banner. Thank you, John. John Richardson is producing our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, darling.
I need to have a little moment to say that normally I send thank you emails to every single person that sends a donation. And I realised today I hadn't actually done that for the last show, so I am so sorry.
We'll do it on this next round.
But I'll thank for that lot, and for any that come in today as well. Yeah. So I do apologise, but thank you for the donations last week.
Anyway, moving right along, another Sondheim musical, Follies, which is just, people love it or they hate it. I love it, and it's epic. And it's about, if you don't know, it's about people who used to work in the Follies going back to the theater that they used to work for and in years later, and all the drama still kind of exists, and there's a lot of great numbers, including this next one. Yeah,
so we'll start with this, and then
we'll do another
we
one.
May do another one from it afterwards.
I'm just a Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet, pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Hi, Leslie.
Broadway baby, learning how to sing and dance.
Me too, Penny.
Waiting for that one big chance to be in a show.
Gee, I'd like to be on some marquee, twinkling in lights, a spark to pierce the dark, from Battery Park to Washington Heights.
Someday, maybe, all my dreams will be repaid. Hell, I'll even pay the name to be in a show. Say, Mr. Producer,
I'm talking to you, sir.
I don't need that, only what I got,
Plus a tube of grease paint and a
follow spots.
someday, maybe,
if I stick it long enough, I can get to strut my stuff, working for a nice man,
like a Ziegfeld or a Weissman
in a great big Broadway show. doesn't love a bit of that?
It's usually sung by like an old lady.
I know, and you and I are not that.
We are perfect for it. Anyway, this is another song from that show, a lovely number that Miss Sally sings about how happy she is to be married to Buddy. I'm going to start it over. Sorry. We had the wrong thing over. Life is slow, but it seems exciting, 'cause Buddy's there. Gourmet cooking and letter writing, and knowing Buddy's there. Every morning, don't faint, I tend the flowers. Can you believe it? Every weekend, I paint for umpteen hours. And yes, I miss a lot, living like a shut-in. No, I haven't got cooks and cars and diamonds. Yes, my clothes are not Paris fashions, but in Buddy's eyes, I'm young, I'm beautiful. In Buddy's eyes, I don't get older. So life is ducky and time goes flying, and I'm so lucky I feel like crying. And in Buddy's eyes, I'm young, I'm beautiful. In Buddy's eyes, I can't get older. I'm still the princess, still the prize. In Buddy's eyes, I'm young, I'm beautiful. In Buddy's arms, on Buddy's shoulder, I won't get older. Nothing dies, and all I ever dreamed I'd be, the best I ever thought of me, is every minute there to see. In Buddy's eyes. Such a lovely song.
So good.
And heartbreaking when then she sings Losing My Mind later on. It's just like, oi.
She goes on one big journey.
Quite a journey.
Quite a
That is
journey.
true. Yeah.
Doing all of that.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Well,
well,
now
something for something completely
I was just
different.
gonna say. Talk about a journey from that song to this next one.
Now, so we have sung. I have sung a fair few things from
I've sung
this
one,
show.
I
Oh, you have? Yes, you would have done. Yes. So we've sung 3 of the biggest hits from this next musical. So the question was, what do we do from this show? And we have figured that out. So we will come back to talking about it afterwards. I think we just.
Yeah, go for it. I'm so
Say-
excited to hear you do this.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Jesus, I am overjoyed to meet you face to face. You've been getting quite a name all around the place, healing cripples, raising from the dead, and now I understand you're God. At least that's what you said. You are the Christ, you're the great Jesus Christ. Prove to me that you're divine. Change my water into wine. It's all you need do, then I'll know it's all true. Come on, King of the Jews. Jesus, you just won't believe the hit you made around here. You are all I talk about, the wonder of the year. Oh, what a pity if it's all a lie. Still, I'm sure that you can rock the cynics if you tried. So you are the Christ, you're the great Jesus Christ. Prove to me that you're no fool. Walk across my swimming pool. If you do that for me, then I'll let you go free. Come on, King of the Jews. Dance break. Tap, ball change, tap, tap.
Sorry, Joe.
I only ask what I'd ask any superstar. What is it that you have got that puts you where you are? Ooh, I am waiting, I'm a captive fan. I'm dying to be shown that you are not just any man. So if you are the Christ, yes, the great Jesus Christ, feed my household with this bread. You could do it on your head. Or has something gone wrong? Jesus, why do you take so long? Oh, come on, King of the Jews! Hey, you scared of me, Christ? Mr. Wonderful Christ! You're a joke, you're not the Lord. You are nothing but a fraud. Take him away. He's got nothing to say. Get out, you king of the... Get out, you king of the... Get out, you king of the Jews. Get out of here. Get out of you. And get out of my life. That's got like 17 different endings.
Has Lin-Manuel Miranda ever said that he drew inspiration from this for King George? Because I mean, I know that the music's not, the feel of everything, and you know what I mean.
Possibly, but it feels like Lin-Manuel Miranda is the kind of person that would never want to acknowledge that he enjoyed an Andrew Lloyd Webber show.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, but like I feel like there's
probably some sort of like when you've got that sort of 11 o'clock number. One big thing for one character, sort of set up, and that comedy, satirical thing.
Anyway,
I don't know.
This next song is just gorgeous. Did you want to talk about the show in between, or did you want to go right into it?
Well, I mean, I think it's quite interesting. It's like everybody sort of knows Superstar, but it didn't begin life as a musical because it was written, but no one. I'm sorry, I can't do Guess Somebody again. It'll rake the child.
Yeah.
No, I think there's like it. Nobody wanted to produce the musical, and rightly so, I guess, because it's like it wasn't like Joseph, like this happy-ish. Okay, yeah, you got the close every door world of locking him up, but like that the happy kind of feel-good family entertainment religious story. This was a hard-hitting story, told from Judas's perspective, the last few days of Jesus Christ. And it's a heavy subject matter, and it was already being met by protesters of religious groups. A lot of them happened once the show opened. There was a lot of
it was very controversial.
Very controversial. But put the teeth back in. So instead, in order to raise the awareness of the show and get it out there, Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice released it as a concept album, a rock opera concept album, and then it skyrocketed. It was a multi-million-pound venture and ended up helping Broadway open the show in 1971.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And now it's made $237 million worldwide.
Oh, and Andrew Lloyd Webber found his Mary Magdalene at a nightclub. He heard her sing. He went there to see if somebody else to audition them, and he was like, I think 4 actually, Herod possibly. And he was like, no, I don't like them. But then he heard this woman saying, I don't want to get her name wrong. It was Yvonne Elliman, and hired her. And then she's been the only person who has been with the show through Broadway tour. She was in the film. And is there something else? I think that she was 17 years old, and she sang this next song. It's so beautiful.
Now, there is another fact about JCS, but we're not going to say that until later on in the show.
I don't think I know it. I remember what it is. I'll remember when we get there.
We'll remember when it's there.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, Louise is having a blast. Thanks,
I'm
Louise.
so glad.
It's a nice duet, isn't it, baby?
I've been living to see you, dying to see you, but it shouldn't be like this. This was unexpected. What do I do now? Could we start again, please?
Could we start again, please?
I've been very hopeful so far. Now, for the first time, I think we are going wrong. Hurry up and tell me this is all a dream, or could we start again, please?
Could we start again, please? I think you've made your point now.
You've even gone a bit too far to get the message home.
Before it gets too frightening, we ought to call a halt.
So could we start again, please? I've been living to see you, dying to see you, but it shouldn't be like this. This was unexpected. What do I do now? Could we start again, please?
Could we start again, please? I think you've made your point now.
You've even gone a bit too far to get the message home.
Before it gets too frightening, we ought to call a halt.
So could we start again, please?
Start again. I think you've made your point now.
You've even gone a bit too far to get the message home.
Before it gets too frightening, we ought to call a halt.
Could we start again, please?
Could we start again, please?
So pretty.
I know, such an epic track as well. It's like the song of this epic key change in the middle of it. Doesn't happen in the show, but we're like, let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, that is.
We love a little bit of JCS.
Sure do. And it's like that broadcast that they did. I don't know. Did you guys get it over
the one
here?
with John Legend?
Yeah, but Sarah Bareilles sang that, and she sounded so
okay.
good.
Sarah Bareilles is just great.
Okay, next up, another show from 1971. This is 70 Girls 70. This is John Kander and Fred Ebb's show that came out, and it ran for a total of 35 performances. And I don't know why. Let me tell you the plot. I'm going to read this. This is from Wikipedia. The plot concerns a group of larcenous old folks who steal furs from various New York City stores with the intent of using the proceeds from their resale to buy their Upper West Side retirement hotel, the New Sussex Arms, which is slated to be sold to developers. Sounds like a great musical.
Can't wait.
But this song from the show was recorded by Liza Minnelli, and it's a great tune. It's sung by one of the old ladies at the very end of the show as she's watching down from heaven, telling one of her other friends to live life to the fullest. And this is Liza's version. Yes. Say yes. Life keeps happening every day. Say yes. When possibilities come your way, you can't start wondering what to say. You never win if you never play. Say yes. There's mink and marigold right outside, and dog Cadillacs you can ride, but nothing's gained where there's nothing tried. Say yes, don't say why. Say why not? What lies beyond what is not. So what? Say yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I'll take a sip. Yes, I'll touch. Yes, of course. Yes, how nice. Yes, I'd happily. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, yes.
So that Liza's here.
Yes. There's lots of chaff and there's lots of wheat. Say yes. You might get mugged as you walk the street, but on the other hand, you might greet that handsome stranger you belong to meet. Say yes. Yes, I'll buy. Yes, I'll look. Yes, I'd love to do such and such. Yes, I'll try. Yes, I'll dare. Yes, I'll fly. Yes, I'll share. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be. Yes, I'll go. Oh,
What's the name of that song? Hey, that was amazing.
fun, right?
I haven't heard you do that
No,
yet.
I have not actually sung it full voice before.
No.
Listen, y'all, we have a baby. He's 4 months old today, and it is a lot of work to get these shows up and running. And we found ourselves all the last 2 weeks kind of watching Archie in shifts.
Yeah.
And so even just that, it's really nice to get here and have the show happening, and we hope you're enjoying it,
Yeah.
because we are having a blast ourselves. And
It's always fun.
if you are enjoying it, you can send us a little cheeky pence on the bottom of that's rolling along on the bottom of the screen.
John Richardson, I have exactly the same point, because like there's
I don't know it.
in yes I will feel this, yes I'll be done, and yes I will have. It's called it's in A New Brain.
Mm-hmm.
The character is asked to write a song about saying yes. So it's
Oh.
and yes, Stu, and like yes I'll be fearless, yes I'll be found, and yes I will be a long and a good man, yes I will do whatever they want of me. Yes,
I only know that calamari from that.
It's the Chenoweth's greatest moment.
Yeah.
But I hear this song and I wonder whether Bill Finn, who wrote that, or William Finn,
Yeah.
call him Bill because like apparently we're friends. We're not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think William Finn must have been inspired by that song,
Yeah.
especially that version as well, because it's like big show version.
Well, I love it, and that would be interesting. I wonder if there's any way to find that information out somewhere.
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to look it up and let you guys know. Shall we move right along? What?
Systematic. High dramatic. Great. Guess what I'm gonna sing? Because I forgot to write this down of what it is. So I think we just go with this. That was the
Another
point.
controversial show from this time period. Grease.
Was it?
Yes. Yes, because
In
it
the
was.
70s?
Yes, it is. It was very controversial, and it kind of paved the way for like Rocky Horror Show. It's like it's lumped in the same group because it was like pushing the edge, talking about teenagers having sex and stuff.
Oh, okay, fair point.
Yeah.
I guess I just always see it as this annoyingly twee show.
I know, that's why it's so interesting. It also was set in Chicago originally.
Everything's set in Chicago,
based on William
it?
Taft High School, and Sandy used to be Polish. There's a huge Polish population in Chicago.
Well,
now she's Australian.
Well, Jim Jacobs, who was one of the writers of this, he worked as an advertising consultant. And then Warren Casey was actually a high school teacher. So neither of them, they've probably lived a quite happy life, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly, Jelly.
Those who can really do teach. Like you? You probably don't have that saying.
Yes, I do.
Do you have that saying in America?
Yes.
Great. So systematic. Gosh. I mean, what am I doing? I should have just done Sandy. That would have been a lot easier.
That's only from the film. That wasn't in the musical.
Oh, man.
I know.
Why, this car is systematic. Ha! Dramatic. Something else? Why, it's Grease Lightning! Grease Lightning! I'll have my overhead lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah. That's the chorus, babe. Come on. A fuel injection cut up with chrome-plated rods, oh yeah. With a 4-speed on the floor, they'll be waiting at the door. You know without a doubt, I'll be really making out and Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the corner.
Hear the bells of that home.
Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're lighting up the fingers dry. You are supreme, the chicks will cream for Grease Lightning. I have a purple French tail lights and 30-inch spins, oh yeah. A Palomino dashboard and dual muffler twins, oh yeah. With new pistons, bugs and shocks, she can beat up the silver stocks. You know I need no brackets, it's a real dragon wagon trick. Lightning, I keep messing up and up. Oh, Grease Lightning, you're running up the corner now. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting in the deep lab trial. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. You are supreme, the chicks will cream for Grease Lightning. Now the 20-minute instrumental.
Send us some car emojis.
Yes, car emojis work. Also, there was lots of lyric changes in the movie, which I didn't do for this. A little bit more controversial. Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch this movie when I was a kid.
No, you couldn't. Hope you're all dancing at home. Otherwise, we look like stupid people. Why are we suddenly doing like the view? I don't know how to dance in the 70s. Okay, we're going to do one last chorus. So everybody get yourselves ready. I promise it's coming at some point. Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting through the heat lab trial. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. You are supreme, the chicks will cream for Grease Lightning. Lightning.
That was great. I will tell you that the other night at bath time, we listened to that song to, just start to familiarize ourselves with this stuff.
You wouldn't think so, the way I messed it up.
And we got very excited about that clapping section.
Yes.
Archie loved it.
Now, I did find a couple of facts out about...
I was talking about bath time when we were giving Archie a bath.
Yeah, it's not just what we do in the bath.
Anyway,
if it helps, we don't actually like baths. So.
Anyway.
Okay. That's all right.
Hi guys, is anybody still here?
I bet you wish they weren't. So yeah, I found out like so there are two facts actually about the film, but they are to do with that particular song. So Jeff Conaway, right, the guy who played Kenickie, he injured his back filming that because cast members accidentally dropped him while dancing on top of a car. Now the sad part about it all is that injury actually ignited his addiction to painkillers, which he then later died from. That's not funny.
I know, but it's just such a...
It's like,
up,
he died.
There's so many great, happy facts about this show.
But then also in the film, right? So, as you say...
so tired.
So this song is normally sung by Kenickie in the musical, but John Travolta liked it so much that he decided, no, I'm going to sing it in the film, which actually caused a lot of trouble.
Well, I think the
set.
Kenickie actually played Danny Zuko on Broadway. So
did he?
Probably was like, excuse me?
Excuse me.
Anyway, cool. Well,
there you go. That's
we
won't do the other fact I found out about another song from the show. I think it's just too much. Yeah, you just read it. You don't want to know, guys. You really don't want to know.
Anyway, we're still in 1971. Isn't that crazy? All of these shows.
We're still in 1971.
Yes.
It feels like we've been here forever.
No, we were like, we could do a whole show that's just 1971. This next show is also in 1971. This is Godspell.
Oh, gosh.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, you don't have nothing to be worried about. This is going to be tough for me.
Well, yes.
Anyway, I think it's interesting that both this show and Stephen Schwartz's other show that we'll sing from in a little bit, that were on Broadway at the same time, Pippin and Godspell, both were conceived at Carnegie Mellon University. Mm-hmm. But Schwartz actually...
So I think your brother and
my
sister-in-law
went to... and sister-in-law went to Carnegie Mellon. And it wasn't conceived by him. It was conceived by a man... Godspell was conceived by John Michael Tebelek. It was the only show he ever wrote, and they brought Schwartz in later on. And the only song that Stephen Schwartz didn't write is called By My Side, which is a lovely song. Yeah. And it's still in the show. Anyway, this... Also, I found this fascinating. The Toronto company launched the careers of, listen to these people, Victor Garber, Eugene Levy, Andrea Martin, Gilda Radner, Dave Thomas, I don't know who that is, Martin Short, and Paul Schaefer, who is the he's a very famous musician on television. The Toronto production of Godspell launched the careers of all of those people. Brilliant.
Wow.
I don't know if any of them sang this one though.
I wonder if this will launch our careers.
We'll see. Please, yes, we are having a great time, Glenn.
And we haven't even opened a bottle of wine yet. That's for afterwards.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is all for the best, and it might be for the worst, because this lady will just let's just do it.
We just got to get on with it. Let's make it happen. When you feel sad or under a curse, your life is bad, your prospects are worse, your wife is sighing, crying, and your olive tree is dying, temples are graying and teeth are decaying and creditors weighing your purse, your mood and your road are both the deep blue. You'd bet that Joe had nothing on you. Don't forget that when you get to heaven, you'll be blessed. Yes, it's all for the best. Good luck, honey.
Some men are born to be in ease, doing what they please, richer than the bees are in honey. Never growing old, never feeling cold, pulling pots of gold from thin air. The best in every town, best in shaking down, best in making mountains of money. They can't take it with them, but what do they care? They get the center of the meat, cushions on their feet, houses in the street where it's sunny. Summers at the sea, winters warm and free, all of this and we get the rest. But who is the land for? The sun Some men are born at liberties, doing what they please, richer than the bees are in honey.
Your life is
never
bad.
growing old, never feeling
Your
cold, one
prospects
to the
are
gold
worse.
from thin air.
Your wife is sighing, crying, and your olive tree is dying. Temples are graying, and with the rain, and
what
the
did
rain,
they
and
care?
your
They
perfume,
get
and
the
your
center of
robe.
the meat, cushions on their feet,
Our boss
houses in the
is
street
true.
where it's sunny.
You bet that
Some of them see that it's more
Joe,
free,
but
all
nothing
these
on
and
you.
we get the rest.
Don't forget that
But
when
who's the
you
land
get
for? The
to
sun
heaven,
and the
you'll be
sand for you
blessed.
guessed.
Yes, it's all for the best. Okay, baby, got it?
Some
When
men
you
are
go
born
south,
at liberties, doing what they
or
please,
under
richer than
a
the
cloud,
bees are in honey.
your life is
Never
bad.
growing old, never feeling
Your
cold,
prospects
one
are
to gold
worse.
from thin air.
Your wife
The
is
best of the
sighing,
town, best of the town,
crying,
best of the
and
mountains
your
of
olive tree
honey.
is dying.
They
Temples are
get
graying, and
rich,
keep decaying,
but
and
what
credit
did
is
they
raining, your
care?
perfume
They
is
get
in
the
your
center of
robe.
the meat, cushions on the feet,
I want to
houses in
be
the street where it's sunny.
You get the
Some of them see
joke,
we're going free,
and
all
nothing
these
on
and we
you.
get the rest.
Don't forget
But
that when
who's the
you
land
get
for?
to
The sun
heaven,
and the
you'll be
sand for you
blessed.
guessed.
Yes, it's all for the. You must never be distressed. Yes, it's all for the. All your wrongs will be redressed.
Yes, it's all for the. Someone's got to be oppressed.
Yes, it's all for the best.
That was not too bad, y'all.
That was very good. Your words were so much better than my Grease Lightning words. And they were twice as fast.
You pay more attention in the ones that you think are going to be really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Well, that's good fun, isn't it?
Thanks, guys. That was fun. Oh.
Like some people were like saying hi during that. I was like,
Hi,
I can't say
hi,
hi.
hi,
We
hi.
can't. We can't possibly step away from that.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Sarah. Oh, guys, thank you so much. That was a blast.
Yeah, well, it's nice because like we're going to bring the mood down a little bit. Not down, but like the tempo down.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get any higher really than the last one.
Nope.
But we've now officially. We're in 1972.
Huzzah!
But we're sticking with Stephen Schwartz. Like it literally made him this decade, didn't it? It like
Yes.
brought him to the front.
And he also, at one point, had 3 shows on Broadway at one time. We're not going to sing from the third one tonight, but we have before. The Magic Show, Pippin, and Godspell. He's one of
the only people to do
I
it.
think might be him. Was it Jerry Herman might have done it.
Because Lloyd Webber still hasn't, has he? He's had like 2.
No.
He's always had Phantom,
Yeah.
and then he's had Cats at one point, then School of Rock. But he hasn't had that third one on there yet.
No.
Oh. Sorry, Andrew. But not even Sondheim.
No.
I mean, they could probably just have like, when Sondheim dies, I think they should just make every show dark and just basically have
Revivals.
a revival of every Sondheim show.
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be just like the
I'd
most
like-
incredible
yes.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We'll make some calls.
Okay,
Talk to
sounds
some
good.
people. So I'm going to sing a song from Pippin. It's a lovely song.
Yeah, I'm so excited
So
to hear you sing
hopefully it will just warm the cockles. The cockle? No? Is
No.
that not a saying that you guys have?
it. Nope.
Okay.
I'm imagining it's the heart. Okay.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's the heart. Anyway, so this is.
Morning glow.
Are you really glad you married me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is our anniversary in like 2 weeks' time.
I know.
You know, just reminding you.
We're doing a show the day before.
Yes, just reminding you. Morning glow, morning glow. Oh, was that the start? Oh, have I just made the mistake? Have I done you?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do it. If I have to wait 2 bars, I'll wait 2 bars.
That's fine, love.
Morning glow, starts to glimmer when you know. Yeah, see?
I like it.
Winds of change are set to blow and sweep this whole land through. Morning glow is long past due. fill the earth. Come and shine for all your worth. We'll be present at the birth of all faith looking new. Morning glow is long past due. Oh, morning glow, I'd like to help you grow. We should have started long ago. So, morning glow all day long while we sing tomorrow's song. Never knew we could be so strong, but now it's very clear. Morning glow is almost here. Morning glow by your light, we can make the new day bright, and the phantoms of the night will fade into the past. Morning glow is here at last.
Stunning.
It's a great.
So the track is amazing.
It's a very nice track, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh gosh. Oh. Thanks, Ubin.
Absolutely beautiful. Wow.
Thanks, Jane.
Annie.
Sorry about the first two. Like, I think
So good.
this sleep deprivation that we're having,
Yeah.
I think it definitely triggers after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, which is usually when we've put, well, 8 o'clock he's normally asleep, and that's the point where our brains actually switch off, and I think mine's just gone a little bit.
That's all right. It sounded lovely, honey.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, you have nothing to apologize for. Nothing.
Well, just like that.
We're in 1973.
1973. We only did the one thing from 72
Yep.
today.
1973. We're here with another Sondheim show. A Little Night Music was in. Yeah, I know. This is his decade.
Great decade
Yeah.
for Sondy.
We got Sweeney Todd at the end of the decade too. And Pacific Overtures is in there. Anyway, so this is A Little Night Music. I've already sung the two main female songs from A Little Night Music. Done Send in the Clowns a couple times. Miller's Son. This one is part of a trio. Anne sings it, and she sings. It's called Soon, and it's in a trio section. It's about 10 minutes long, and it's with the other two songs
Are you doing
Now.
the full 10 minutes or?
No, I'm just explaining it. Now, later, and then she sings Soon. Usually they all come together, but obviously there's just two of us. And but I found this very interesting. Somebody said that Sondheim was so committed to his rule of threes in the Little Night Music. Most of the songs are a waltz. That they extended to his lyrics, and so trios were sung with three people, but separately. I keep thinking you're looking at something with like the baby or something like that.
I'm just aware that Mother's been missing
Yeah,
for
I
a
know.
while.
I can't hear him crying, so like, I'm sure he's fine. Anyway, so this is Anne's section of that little trio. Soon, I promise. Soon, I won't shy away, dear old. Soon, I want to. Soon, whatever you say, even now, when you're close and we touch, and you're kissing my brow, I don't mind it too much, and you'll have to admit I'm endearing. I help keep things perfect for you. Wouldn't you tire of me soon? Oh, so soon. We will
Brilliant.
I should have mentioned before, she's a virgin bride. And basically, the guy who's singing now is like, now can we consummate the marriage? And she's like, soon. That's basically what's happening in that song. Anyway, it's great.
I just love that it completely explores the highs and lows of the female voice within it as well. So it's just so wonderfully written.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's fun to sing too. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You should go listen to the soundtrack of Little Night Music. That segment is amazing. We've even talked about making a video out of it because the when all the three songs come together, it's just so cool.
Well, maybe we will.
Yeah.
If you guys want another Sondheim night.
Yeah.
That's up
Does
to you
anybody
guys.
want another Sondheim night?
I mean, I must say, like, you're all very lucky that you get to hear someone like Heather just belt something earlier on by Liza Minnelli and then sing in such a rich soprano later on. And I'm not saying that just to get...
Thank you, John Richardson.
Good timing, John. But just like, I'm very biased, obviously, but like, not a lot of people can do that and just switch styles and go in and out, shake it all about.
Thank you very much.
So
that means a lot to me coming from someone like you.
Well,
really,
I love you.
I love you too.
Don't tell me.
Well, on the same token as, like I said earlier, Richard Rodgers, the song sounded like Richard Rodgers. This next songwriting team has been around since the 50s.
Yep.
Frederick Lowe and Alan J. Lerner, who wrote My Fair Lady, Camelot. They had a show come out this year in 1973 called Gigi, a very famous movie,
Yeah,
very popular movie musical,
God.
starring Audrey Hepburn. And then when it came to Broadway, it completely tanked, which is shocking. But they revived it. I don't know how it did when they revived it with Vanessa Hudgens played Gigi.
I probably did a bit better.
Yes,
with her.
I think it was.
But it
released
only
on
ran
for like 6 months with her, I think.
Right, so
Yeah.
probably a limited engagement then.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
The original only ran for 103 performances, but it was nominated for. It won the Tony Award for the best score
Yeah.
in 1917.
Well, you guys will hear their influence big time. I think this sounds so much to me like you did it. So anyway, this is a song from the show called The Night They Invented Champagne, which I cannot wait to drink soon. And you send us champagne flutes.
Wait, what have we got? Have we got something exciting happening?
Our anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
We have a bottle in the fridge waiting for
I
us.
think when we do that show, I mean it's Disney, isn't it? Next one.
Yeah.
So I think why don't we just have a bottle of champagne and we just drink the champagne during the
Sounds
show?
good. Or we could do it the week after, which is Request Roulette.
I definitely need a drink during
Yeah.
that one. Okay.
All right.
Right, here we
Here you
go.
go. This is
Lead
the
the
night
way,
they
Heather.
invented champagne.
Yes, very dated.
So, my fair lady. The night they invented champagne, it's plain as it can be, they thought of you and me. The night they invented champagne, they absolutely knew that all we'd want to do is fly to the sky on champagne and shout to everyone in sight that since the world began, no woman or a man has ever been as happy as we are tonight. Everybody! The night they invented champagne, it's plain as it can be, they thought of you and me. The night they invented champagne, they absolutely knew that all we want to do is fly to the sky on champagne shout to everyone in sight that since the world began, no woman or a man has ever been as happy as we are tonight. When the night they invented champagne, we'll fly to the sky on champagne and shout to everyone inside. And since the world began, no woman or a man has ever been as happy as we are tonight.
I mean, it's a nice little ditty.
It made me, I was like listening to myself as I was singing that, and I was like, you're even putting on some little like Julie Andrews thing. The night they invented champagne. Like, it's just because she was like she would star
I mean,
in all
that's
the
it. But
musicals.
you hear, but isn't that funny how like that style of music seems synonymous now with Julie Andrews' voice?
Yeah,
So
totally.
like, you just hear it.
100%. I love that song.
But she never played Gigi, right?
She did not play Gigi. No.
Yeah, that's a shame. So, to finish off 1973, a little show that you saw at the very opening in our video. Obviously, if you know who I am, you know the Rocky Horror Show has been a very big part of my life, and I love it. It's a great show. It still makes no sense to me, but that's the fun of it.
Or me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, we were putting together that video and I was like, so what's happening? What was that lyric? I was like, yeah, anyway. But
It's like, oh honey, you need to put a newspaper above your head. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Just do it, honey. It's gonna be brilliant.
we'll watch it this October for sure. Anyway, sorry.
Now, earlier on, you heard me say that there was another fact.
Oh yes.
Yeah, see, another fact about JCS. Well, here's the thing. And there's our son. Do you want to check on him? He is screaming. Oh, poor little tyke. Following a stint in Hair, Richard O'Brien joined the London production of Jesus Christ Superstar in 1972. And he was contracted to play in the chorus for 3 months and then take over the role of Herod and sing Herod's song. But the team thought that Richard O'Brien's impersonation of Herod seemed very similar to Elvis Presley and therefore not appropriate. So he actually was paid 300 quid and sent on his way. And that was it. So then he says, and this is a quote, I went home and started writing Rocky on my guitar. I was beeped off because they had the nerve to call Superstar a rock opera. There are some nice songs in there. I think they're pretty good actually, Richard. But rock and roll isn't. Writing Rocky was a pleasure because my love of real rock and roll drove the songs. And I think Rocky Horror sort of encompasses that rock and roll feel. And I think that's why it's become iconic. Like, yes, it's a bit quirky and a bit controversial and it pushes boundaries. It also, I think, allows a lot of members of society to be someone else for the night. And it was always lovely when people dressed up. They could just... a lot of people that I met were very shy people, but for some reason this show gave them confidence and brought them out of their shell and allowed them to feel like they're part of a cult community as well, which was really lovely. It was a pleasure to do the show every single night. And yeah, I think the rock and roll element is what drives people to keep coming back time and time again, because these songs seem to be timeless. Now, instead of doing obvious ones, because they're quite hard to do on my own, that's why we made the video at the beginning, I thought I'd do a song that Frank sings in the second half, and it's just before he dies, essentially. If you haven't seen it, he dies. And there we go. So I thought I would just sing this song because it's one of the nicest ones that I got to play Frank a few times on the last tour I did, and it was always a lovely moment to do this song. So this is called I'm Going Home. Well, I'll get it right this time. I'm distracted, there's people running in everywhere. On the day I went away, it was all I had to say. I want to come again and stay. Smile, and that will mean I may. 'Cause I've seen blue skies through the tears in my eyes, and I realize I'm going home. Everywhere it's been the same, like I'm outside in the rain, free to try and find a game. Cards for sorrow, cards for pain. 'Cause I've seen blue skies through the tears in my eyes, and I realize I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I mean, it's a lovely little song, and in the show version that we had like a 6-piece band, but then the whole ensemble just kind of like erupted in vocals underneath, and it was just so cool to sing. And when you've got like a room full of glow sticks and all sorts of things flying at you, the energy in the room is great. So I'm a big fan, obviously. But I will not, I mean, for those who, like some people message and ask whether I'm going back to do the new tour, I am not going along to do the tour. So sorry, Jenny Perry, who was in the show with me, just jumped on. She goes, I was singing the BVs. Thank you, Jenny. Yes, so I will not be joining it because obviously I have a 4-month-old child and cannot be going around Germany and Europe at the moment. But I wish the new cast in Europe fantastic time. They will have an amazing time. Now, I wish Heather were back because this next song is fantastic. So I don't know if she's coming back. It depends what's wrong with little Archie. So, yeah. And just like that, to save me from that really eggy, awkward moment of how do I close this show without my wife
he's not happy, so we're just gonna sing a couple songs.
And then,
And then we're gonna do
and then we're gonna have to really see. Oh, John was ready. John was ready to come and sing with me. I'm sorry, John.
Sorry, everybody. Little man is not the happiest right now, but he's got a bottle. We're gonna see if Nana can settle him, and then if not, we're almost done, so it'll be okay. I'm gonna sing one of the most beautiful ballads ever written.
Well, this is it. Like I thought.
Did you introduce it?
No, but we have to have it because we're now in 1974. We have landed at the final year, and there was only one show for me that really mattered in 1974.
It's a special show to you as well.
I was in a revival of it in 2012 during the Olympics. That's how I always remember the year and everything. Okay, got to get on with it. It's from this show that's behind you before, Mac and Mabel by the wonderful Jerry Herman.
The show was nominated for 8 Tonys, except for Best Original Score.
Yeah, and he didn't get acclaim for what I think is his best score.
Yeah, and he
personally.
loves it too. Anyway, this is the heartbreaking song, Time Heals Everything. Time heals everything. Tuesday, Thursday. Time heals everything. April, August. If I'm patient, the break will mend. And one fine morning, the hurt will end. So make the moments fly, autumn, winter. I'll forget you by next year, some year, though it's hell that I'm going through. Some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you. So make the moments fly, autumn, winter. I'll forget you by next year, some year, though it's hell that I'm going through. Some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you.
Yes! Everyone's been waiting for you to sing that. I've been waiting for you to sing that.
I
I'm so
know.
glad that you sang that. And I wish I could kiss your bottom more, but we've got to get on and just finish the show.
Yes, we do.
Oh, see,
It's a
damn.
Thank you. It's a beautiful song. Oh, man. And so is this next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought we would end the show tonight with a song from a song from a
1975,
show
so
that's
we can-
coming up in the next installment of musicals through the 1970s next month.
Now, I made the stay bill that we
Earlier.
sent out. a couple of days ago, and we actually ended up changing the song that is written in there, simply because you cannot find a decent track
No.
and that all works for that particular song.
No.
And plus, there's so many chromatic stuff that goes on with the notes that I was like, I'm just gonna.
So we thought we'd sing the other big show-stopping number.
And it is wonderful.
It is wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and for those of you who have sent over tips. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
much. If you'd
much.
like to give us some cash, some cheeky pence, for our efforts this evening, and to help us continue to pay for the show, pay for our producer, pay for the tracks, pay for everything, you can. That information is scrolling below. You can scan the QR code, and that's it. We love you all. Thank you so much for being here. We can't wait to see you in a couple weeks for more Disney.
Yes, our anniversary celebration.
It'll be lovely.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, we're going to leave you
even more magic of Disney.
We're going to leave you with a little bit of What I Did for Love. So send us those hearts and be kind to each other, and have a wonderful couple of weeks.
Yes, we love you all. Thank you very much.
Kiss today goodbye. The sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck, the same to you. But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love.
Look, my eyes are dry. The gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew. And I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love. Love is never gone as we travel on. Love's what we'll remember.
Kiss today goodbye, and point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love. What I did for love. What I did for love. Love is never gone as we travel on. Love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye, and hold me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't forget what I did for love. What I did for love. What I did for love.
Have a wonderful couple of weeks. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Mwah.